What's going on, everybody? It's your boy SBJ back with another episode of What Is the MCU? At their lowest point, Marvel came up with an idea that would change the face of the industry forever. As I stated in part one, Kevin Feige, being the huge comic book fan that he is, came up with the radical idea of treating the movies that they will produce in the same manner as Marvel treats the comic books themselves. Individual characters had individual stories that exist in the same interactive universe, and the characters cross over every now and then. Groups of movies would be separated into phases, with each phase culminating in an Avengers film. People weren't sure how or even if it would work, but people definitely paid attention and took notice. The first piece was already in place, as Feige is the overseer of the entire cinematic universe. He produced every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie to date. He would make sure that every movie contributed in some way to the overarching story that Marvel was trying to tell at any given time. The next, and some would say most important piece, was Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon was an accomplished director and writer who was known for his storylines and his character work. He was basically the glue that held the MCU together during the first two phases. He directed both of the Avengers movies and had input in the solo movies. With the success that the strategy was having, he eventually gained more and more input and control over the movies. As far as establishing the strategy itself, it was at the same time simple, yet quite a feat to get it started. Two components that really established the cinematic universe are the end credit scenes and the multi-film contracts that were given to the actors. Every MCU movie to date has at least one end credits. A few of them are just for fun. For example, the scene in the Avengers movie, Avengers 1, where the heroes are sitting in a diner after the big fight, eating shawarma together. That's just for fun. But most of the end credit scenes promote or foreshadow future events to come in the MCU, sometimes even 4 and 5 movies in advance. The reason this is successful is simple. People feel like they're getting extra content, and it advertises and gets people excited for what's to come. The impact of the multi-film contracts is also simple. The actors have a commitment to Marvel Cinematic Universe and Disney, and they're obligated to appear in these films, so they're pretty much always available to film whenever Disney needs them. I haven't seen or heard of any reports of one of the actors not being available to film. Characters showing up in other movies really cements the fact that this universe is connected, rather than someone just telling you that it's one universe. To date, every Marvel MCU movie features at least one non-titular character that's either been introduced in a previous MCU movie or who has direct ties to a character who stars in another MCU movie. Now, with every success, especially in show business, there are bound to be copycats. Though Marvel didn't invent the idea of shared universes, the MCU was the first modern shared movie universe of this scale. Ever since they really got established and got going, there have been a bunch of copycats pop up that have either started to connect their films or started some type of plan to connect their films in the future. These include DC. Sony was going to do it with Spider-Man. Even though it's still Disney, Star Wars is now going to be doing it. Ghostbusters is going to be doing it. Godzilla is going to be doing it. Harry Potter is going to be doing it. Transformers franchise is going to be doing it. And there are more. There are more. You know, success breeds imitation, and they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this video here. Make sure you guys go back and check out the last episode where I speak on why and how the MCU was started. Next week, we'll explore the addition of TV shows into the MCU and their impact. Leave any feedback in the comments below, including anything about the MCU that you would like to hear explained. Like the video if you liked it, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and all that other good stuff. I'm SPJ, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.